everybody, and welcome in to a special edition, very, very special edition of the Living Deadwax podcast. We got probably a short, quick video, hopefully, but could be really long depending on how deep we want to go with this.
How deep we want to go,
So,
yeah.
so if you guys are out there and you're Spotify users, you can go into your account, and Tyler told me this a few weeks back. You can request your data from them. And there's a
Takes a
specific
month.
option. Yes, it does. And you can ask them for your entire listening data. And Tyler and I just got ours on the same day.
Yep.
Which is interesting. And we got our entire listening data. I have 11 years, almost 11 years of data here, and Tyler has, what do you have, like 12?
12. Yeah,
roughly 12 years data here.
Yeah.
Where we've got our artists that we've listened to, track titles, albums, whether or not we skipped those tracks, what we were listening on, so what device. It's pretty cool.
It's very cool. The problem with it is like the plus, the pros and cons here is the same. Is you're getting the raw data, so you're not getting any sort of like easily digestible little thing here. It's just not a thing. So
It's
you're
not
getting, it's all data. It's just literally all code is what you're getting.
It's
you
not.
Your
It's
eyes are playing stuff.
100%, and it's not a Spotify Wrapped. This is how they do it, though. So they've already have it programmed. They could take this data and give people Spotify Wraps for their entire accounts. I guarantee it. Because I guarantee this is how they do it. They just have a program, they run the code in, and that spits out, oh, this is your top artist for 2022 or whatever it is.
But what we're finding out here is these files are so vast that with all this data in there, that we've crashed. Both of our laptops have crashed looking at this.
Yeah.
So we're both on our phones now looking at this, which is for some reason more easily digestible on the phone. And even on the phone, because what we did here, like a nice little hack that we did, because again, it's all raw data file, which is super confusing to look at, is if you type in artist, which you have to be very lucky, because you type in AR, it'll select and find all instances of AR. So it'll digest the, literal millions of, characters and stuff in this code, and it'll select all the AR, and then it'll take a minute to actually, you have to be really lucky for it to go the whole artist thing. So like it finally clicked in for me. So in instances of artists, it selected and highlighted all my artists, which is nice. And so I have 16,545, I guess that's songs too, because it would say that every song has the artist associated with it. So it's quite a bit. It's overwhelming for sure.
Yeah, and that's just for 1 year, because each year sort of is its own file. So it's kind of weird, because our first files is 2014, and that goes back to 2012 was the first year I listened to, and 2011 was the first year Tyler listened to on Spotify. So 2014 has like 3 years in the file, and then the other years I'm assuming are just single years. We were going to do like a game out of this. I kind of spoiled it this morning because I looked at mine, and I looked at my first artist. We just did Tyler's too, because this is very unruly. So it wouldn't make a great video. We kind of had to learn how to manage this first. But now we got it. So we want to do a quick like run through of some of our top. Tyler does not know my first listening
I don't
experience on Spotify. It was July 29th, 2012. It's on a Windows Vista.
Sick.
PC.
Or PC, a PC. Okay, yeah.
That was a PC I got for graduation.
Hell yeah.
So it was about 3 years old at that time. Also, keep in mind too, with this data, if you get this data, I have a 2022 MacBook, and this 2022 MacBook does not like it. So
no, yeah,
just be aware.
Yeah, it's if you're running anything like whatever, maybe the brand new stuff would freeze that too, because it's just so much. It's so much to digest.
Yeah, I think
it's just raw data files, so it's a lot. So okay, so for yours, July 2012.
July 2012 was my first. Yeah, it was summer of 2012. Yeah.
And we did go. Oh, you gave me a couple hints here. You said it would make sense. You're saying that it tracks with the time. So that means the record was fresh at that point, I assume, right?
Yeah, I want to say it came out like right around there. Let me look it up here.
Okay.
But you could yeah, this thing it was only a few months old at this point. And to be honest with you too, like this is one of the art when we talked about this like I think a couple weekends ago, and you were asked like, who do you think yours is? I named off this band as a possible option.
Okay. So it's one of your pillars, I imagine, right?
Oh, definitely, yes. 100%.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. It's metal, obviously, right? I assume.
Yes.
Okay. 2012. What records came out? Do I know? Have I listened to this record more than likely, or no?
It's a little weird instance because it's not a studio album.
It's a live
So
record.
you thinking of records probably not going to help you, but this album did come out like a few months prior to this listening. So like it's something that I would have wanted to listen to because like, oh, I'll check that out because it's basically brand new and I haven't listened to it yet. Like I don't even think I had it downloaded. I know I might have had the Blu-ray of this. Maybe I don't remember.
Okay.
But,
is it?
It's only a couple options here, so.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a live record.
Yeah.
2012. It wasn't Big Four stuff because that's 2011.
No, it wasn't anything Big Four.
I'm trying to think of DVDs that you had. So do I like this band?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think you dislike them. I don't. You're not like a super fan, but yeah.
I don't own a record or anything, right?
I do not think so. No.
Okay. All right, that does narrow it down. It does narrow it down a bit. And they're, I assume, Legacy.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Have we seen this band live?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this does narrow it down. Okay. Have we seen this band live recently?
No.
Okay. So it's been a little while ago. So is it Megadeth Rust in Peace live?
No. That's a good guess,
Megadeth?
but no.
Is it Megadeth at all?
It's not Megadeth.
Okay. I have records. So I shouldn't have done that. I have Megadeth records. Okay.
I also just would have said, yeah, you like this band. Because I know you like Megadeth.
Okay. Yeah, it's true. It's fair. It's fair.
Yeah.
Is it Motorhead?
Is not Motorhead, no.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to think about things I've seen. We've seen together legacy bands we've seen together that I'm not necessarily a huge fan of. I don't have any records of.
You might be a fan of them. You've never said I dislike them. I don't think you own anything by them.
I mean, you more
usually the shit's more expensive. So if you would have bought it, years ago. So,
okay.
It's there's probably only a couple things you'd probably buy, like the big albums that you'd be interested in.
Okay.
If you ever did take that plunge, but it's yeah.
Okay. Well, you know that I like Anthrax. We have seen Anthrax together multiple times.
They're not a thrash band.
Okay, not a thrash band. Okay, that does help. There you
go.
All right. Are they? No, I know this is not interesting to anybody that's probably watching this right now. But my brain is firing. Is it Amon Amarth?
Incorrect. No.
Okay.
I guess that is a legacy act now, but they're a legacy act. Like,
are they a legacy American act?
Negative. No.
Is it Iron Maiden?
It is Iron Maiden. Yes.
It's Iron Maiden. It's an Iron Maiden. So is it Iron Maiden?
I don't think you're gonna get the album, but
it's not okay. It's not a live record then.
It is, yeah, but you're not gonna. I don't think you're gonna guess it.
Is it the Live in Rio or live?
No, it's their 2012 live album In Vivo.
Oh, I do know that's the Mexico record. Okay.
100%, yeah.
Wow. I should have just guessed Iron Maiden. I really should have just guessed that because that
Yeah,
would
that,
but
that
I'm
was that was the one they did for the Final Frontier tour. Do you want to know the first song? I'm not gonna try to make
uh
you guess.
yeah,
You can
sure,
maybe
first song.
guess
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
want, but
Well, I mean,
uh,
it's probably. I mean, is it one of the the go tos? Is it like the Run of the Hills kind of stuff or no?
yeah, it's not that big. It's a live staple, but
Um,
it's not Run
Rhyme
of
of the
the
Ancient
Hills or
Mariner.
Trooper. Big, no, right? That's not a
What is
live
it?
staple.
Oh, is it not? Okay, what is
Fear
it?
Fear of the Dark
Yep, yep.
is the
Okay,
very first thing I listened to on Spotify, and
interesting.
then what's interesting about this is then I have a bunch of nulls. Like it just says artist null, so I don't know what really happened there.
It has no
But
artist or song date at all on there when it says null.
let me. No, there you go. No, my second one was that same album.
Okay.
The track though. See, man, this thing is so unruly to look through.
No, I know
It's like
it sucks
even highlighting artists
because it's
sucks.
chunk, but it's chunk for one song.
Eh.
So chunk by song. It's so crazy.
I was still listening to that same album, but I don't know where the hell the track is.
Did you ever buy that record?
Maybe I owned the vinyl when it first came
Way back
out.
when?
Maybe
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. And
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure I did have the Blu-ray as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that was the very first thing I listened to, though. I'm trying to find the second track, but this thing is.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it's weird right now. What was your first one again?
So I have a theory. So this starts December 4th, 2011. But we looked it up and I got Spotify the day it launched because I remember we talked this, I think, way back when we before. But Trent, Nine Inch Nails, Trent Reznor, he talked about one of his highlights because he had access to it early. And he also got early access in Europe. And he said one of the highlights of him going to Europe in an interview at some point, way obviously of the time, was they had this thing called Spotify. And it's something you can look up all of your bands and listen to music and stuff. And he said, because he always is smart and he always knows what's going on. He's like, this is the next thing. He's like, this is the next thing. Like, we're buying music now, but you need to adapt and we need to figure out what to do with this next chapter because the streaming thing is the next chapter. So, and he had early access when he got back to the States at some point, I think. So the day that it launched, I remember because it was a big deal, and I was like, "Oh, that's Trent's thing." Well, he had nothing to do with it, but that was what Trent was talking about, and I was like, "Oh, shit." So then I downloaded it, and I immediately went to go listen to stuff. So I have a theory that I had two accounts, or I restarted my account or something or other. Maybe my card got hacked, and I had to get a new card or something or other, and I just made a new Spotify or something. I'm not sure, but regardless, I'm missing 5 months of data, unfortunately, and my first song that I listened to on December 4th, 2011. This whole first chunk of my streams make no sense to me, but it is what it is. I was an interesting guy. Is Pumped Up Kicks by Foster the People. And then it's a whole run of Drake for some reason. Also Flo Rida. And I did skip a good number of these. I don't know if I had like a playlist going for some reason or like a like hits of the day. Maybe it was a new release playlist, something I was listening to. I don't have any idea.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
looking through this, it is really interesting because it did take me a minute to kind of find like things that make sense that I would listen to. And I found a lot of Midtown pretty early on. I found like it bounced back and forth from Midtown to Robin Eubanks, which I have no idea who that is. So I don't know why Robin Eubanks would be in the middle of two Midtown songs. Unsure why that would be a thing.
Look that up.
Yeah,
Stop tapping on the table.
Oh, okay. So I don't
Robin Eubanks is a trombonist. He's Kevin Eubanks' brother.
All right, shout out to the Eubanks family.
There you go.
There you go. Sweet. That makes complete sense. And a bunch of Say Anything. And then we also got into a little bit of Gaga, and then so me and Ty apparently were hanging out on this is going to be this is scrolling down at July 6th, 2012. So I skipped through a lot of stuff here.
Nice. That's like right before I got Spotify.
Yeah, so I'm missing stuff because there's no way that I can
Possible.
skip from December 2011 to just like three swipes, and then went down to July or December 2011 to July of 2012. I don't think that's a thing, but eventually got into a whole run of WB theme songs. So Ty and I are not. It's not foreign for us to go on a big long run of WB theme songs, hanging out, driving around, and doing things like that. Especially not in this time. That makes complete and total sense. And then a bunch of Stones for some reason, some Biscuit, nice, some Manson, back to Saliva, Drowning Pool. Oh yeah, I'm just doing a new metal or like a 90s metal playlist here.
See, this is really weird because I'm still all my early stuff is from that same Maiden live album. But the track name, I got it to search track _ name. I got it to actually do that search without freezing.
You got it.
And I'm still in the same album, but the track names are just null.
Okay.
So it's really weird. It doesn't pick up another track name until I changed albums.
Interesting. Okay.
So I was listening to that same album a lot. Like I listened to like maybe 8 or 9 tracks, but I don't have the track names.
Yeah.
I just have the first track. And then I switched to somewhere back in time, the best of Iron Maiden, 1980 to 1989. I listened to The Trooper.
Okay.
And I still stuck with that. And then I have Null. I was still listening to that. Null. I changed albums. And I went to Immortal, 7th date of the Blasphemous. That's the live in Vakken. 07. And I listened to Tyrants. This album, I'm seeing all the tracks. This is really interesting. That Maiden album, I'm seeing like none of the tracks. Yeah. This album, I'm seeing all the tracks. So I listened to Tyrants on that live record, One by One, and I Am. That's a different band. That's 1349. So I listened to Tyrants at One by One on that Immortal live album. So I did 2 live albums, basically, like my first major listens.
Nice. Interesting.
Yeah. And then I went to 1340. Go ahead.
Were they brand new at the time when you listened to those? I guess obviously, are they both brand new at the time?
That Immortal one's 2007 at Vakken.
Okay, so okay.
It might have came out around then though, just because I don't remember actually. And then I went to a band called 1349. They're Norwegian, most positive Norwegian black metal band.
There you go.
So listen to them a little bit. Then I got another Knoll. So
I have not run into a Knoll yet. I have not done that.
And then I have a lot of those. And then I went back to Maiden to the best of 1980 to 1989. I listened to Number the Beast for some reason. And then I went to Rainbow. I picked the 20th Century Masters.
You did it. You went to one of those CDs. There you go. That got you into Rainbow.
I listened to Man of the Silver Mountain, and then I listened to Stargazer. This is all the same day, by the way, same night.
Yeah. I wonder if the Knoll stuff, like there's definitely a possible, because you mentioned there's bands that have since gone off Spotify or whatever. I wonder if this counts or the Knoll goes into effect if like the remaster comes out and they pull the original and they put the remaster on. I wonder if that might be a Knoll situation.
Could very be possible.
So if you run into one on there that you consciously know that they have since posted a 2021 remaster of a record or whatever, whatever the case is, I'm wondering if you still can see that on there.
Ooh, yeah, I have.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's between 2 Tegan and Sarah songs, though.
Interesting.
So, I don't know. Maybe they got something pulled off, possibly.
Yeah, see, I have a couple Rainbow songs on that comp, and then I just have Knowles, and I don't even have the album, so I don't know if it's the same album or what, or if it's other more Rainbow songs. And then I have some UFO stuff, which is real interesting.
Yeah, you're not even into UFO now, so you were trying to get back. You're trying to get into back then.
Yeah, there's one of those bands that I've never really dove into. I listen to Dr. Doctor. I know why I listen to Dr. Doctor because that's the song that Maiden comes out to.
Okay. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Fair.
Every Maiden show is opened with that song. That's the song they come out on stage to. So,
hey, when did we go see Maiden? Isn't that around then?
It's the Made in England tour, the redo. Made in England.
Is that 11?
Pavilion.
That might be 11. Thinking back, I think it's July of 11.
Well, it was a 2-year fucking tour, so
fair enough.
Let me see. We saw him with Coheed, right? They opened.
We did indeed, yeah.
It's 2012. So yeah.
Oh, right then. All right.
It was right before then. I was gearing up because it was August 6th, 2012.
Interesting.
So you are 100% right. I must have been listening to the set list.
That's what I was going to say. That's you built the set list. That's exactly what it is. You built the set list or somebody else did, and that was what happened. Wow. Okay. Interesting.
This is funny. This is like detective work. And then I got some Knowles, and then that same night, I listened to Styx, Renegade, as you do. Yeah. Then I listened to Come Sail Away on the Styx Gold. So I'm just going straight to comps, by the way. Just straight to the hits and live records.
I mean, I think that's what you're trying to knock out at that point. You were like, hey man, I want to hear what I want to hear. I don't want to hear the deep tracks, you know? I get it.
I literally have as much music as I've ever had access to in my life, and I go literally straight to comps.
The stuff you've heard a million times. So there you go. 2012, apparently, and I remember this. I was a big fan of the band The Sleeping. I still love that band. They broke up and they're actually getting back together now. But I'm on I don't know, man. This is 5th or 6th day straight of listening to The Sleeping nonstop.
Really?
And so I scrolled and scrolled 4 or 5 times, and it's all Sleeping.
Wow.
These are also Prime Discover days. So this means that I had one headphone in while on the phone is what happened.
Yep.
So, or I guess it'd be this one. I had one headphone in the entire day listening to The Sleeping and just being on the phone and stuff.
Was that retention days or is that pre?
No, that would have been retention days. That would have been almost a tail end of retention days too.
So if you called in 2012 to try to close out your Discover card, you very well might have talked to Tyler, and Tyler was listening to music on the other end.
Oh, it's a guarantee that I was. I was not listening to you once. I was listening for keywords that you said, and then immediately going, okay, well, I don't care about that. So just so you know, when you close, I still have my entire rap from that job down, by the way. I have all my rebuttals down. I have everything. So I also am waiting for, because around this time, it's going to come up here pretty quick. Around this time, I was going through another round with Sarah, and I was at the time, and I remember I had an entire day where I listened to nothing but the song Dog Problems by The Format, and I'm pretty sure I'm about to hit it, because I went back into the format, and I'm waiting for me to find Dog Problems, Dog Problems, Dog Problems, Dog Problems over and over and over again.
Interesting.
So I can't remember that.
So I got some more Styx. I got some live Styx. The Grand Illusion live in Chicago, 96.
Nice.
I listened to Return to Paradise.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to some Queensryche.
Nice.
That's that same night. This is all my first night on Spotify. So we're just reliving that.
That's crazy.
I listened to some Queensryche. I Don't Believe in Love. Off Operation Mindcrime.
Were you already deep on Queensryche at that point?
I loved Queensryche since I was a kid, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's one of my dad's bands.
Yeah.
And then see, all right. Remember I was telling you, because I shared an account and I know Anna used it, and I'm pretty sure my mom used it too. Okay. Because after I listened to Queensryche, now I skipped this, but I have Yellow Submarine. Okay.
You would never
I would never listen to the Beatles, but here's even more so. It's Yellow Submarine, Ringo Starr live at Soundstage. I would never listen to a solo Ringo Yellow Submarine. Yeah,
totally true.
I did skip it, so I don't know.
Also, the Beatles were not on Spotify at the time. I remember that was a thing. So the Beatles were not at that point on Spotify. So you were going deeper, or your mom was apparently, obviously, trying to listen to that.
See, but then I listened to Nights of White Satin. So Moody Blues, that could be me, but I went straight to the Millennium Collection.
Nice.
again.
There you go.
Again. Then I listened to Go Now by the Moody Blues, apparently. Nights in White Satin single versions. I think some of this is Mom. Tuesday Afternoon, which that could be me. Your Wildest Dreams by Moody Blues. I know you're out there somewhere by the Moody Blues. Okay, here's me. And this is the same night. I wish I knew what time zone this is because it's 4:56. I wonder if that's I wonder if that's the local time zone or not. But I have Pleasure Slave by Manowar, and if you've never listened to Pleasure Slave, it's one to listen to.
Song.
Have you ever listened to that song?
I've never listened to that song, but I can make some assumptions here though.
It's a lot. It's a good meme song, kind of like F Like a Beast.
Okay,
it's
interesting.
Wow. So that was definitely me. But then I have an artist I've never heard of, Kimbra.
No.
Track name Settle Down. Then more Kimbra. Let me see Kimbra. Band. Is that an Anna? Go ahead and keep going with yours. Give me any other good things.
So I got October, or excuse me, August. What's it going to be? August 25th of 2012. I went from Tegan and Sarah, and then I went to Meteora, and then Numb, and then I went to Collision Course, Numb, and then I went to Thank God I'm a Country Boy Live, The Essential, nice. The John Denver, and then from there I went to Heresy, Nine Inch Nails.
Cool.
Don't know why that was a run at all. Who's Kimbra?
Kimbra is a New Zealand singer-songwriter, and Anna definitely listens to this girl.
There you go.
But what's funny about that is it's the same night. So it's later in the night. Maybe Anna, maybe I showed her, like, check out Spotify, and she was, like, searching stuff or something.
Hey, Ty.
Yeah.
I'm about to give you 100% on something real quick. Okay. I don't know how to do this, or I don't know if it's the 100. I'm about to give you 100% on August 25th, 2012. That same day, August 25th, 2012. We listened. I believe. I'm assuming as much. We went to PWG because I have on here. What song is it?
It's gonna be Steve Perry, right? Oh, Sherry?
No, it's not. It's the other song that I think the second time we went to PWG, you pulled up to get me, and you were playing this song. But I'm almost positive that I jumped in the car with you.
It's Skid Row.
It's not Skid Row. Come on now. Where were we going?
OC, California.
There you go. Yep, California. Phantom Planet. California. Yep.
What's the what's the date?
25th August 2012.
All right, let me look up PWG. August 25th, 2012. Saturday, and that's Saturday Morning Slam. That's not what I want.
That's not what we want. So if anybody don't know, PWG is Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. It was independent wrestling in the mean streets of Reseda, California, way back when. It's still there, or it still exists, just not in that same place.
Yeah. There's definitely no August 5th. So maybe we decided we were going to go because there's no PWG on August 25th, 2012. I could look up 2012 dates.
Okay. Associated time there because like that's something we'd point out or we'd see.
Find Oh Sherry because we listened to Oh Sherry on repeat driving home.
Hey Ty, I can't do that because we listened to Oh Sherry on
cassette.
No,
we were listening to that on repeat, dude.
That might be you then. I don't know. No, it was on your iPod. That was your iPod because we didn't have service. We were in the middle of nowhere.
Bola was 2012, September 1st and 2nd. Did we go to Bola that year?
We went to one of the days of Bola. Yeah, we did.
Tremendous 3. Did we do that one?
Believe so. What's the so we went to the run there. We did like 4 months in a row.
Main event was Super Smash Bros against Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and the Young Bucks.
Yeah, 100%. We saw that show.
3-way ladder match.
Yeah,
for the tag team titles.
Our
There was
first
also
show was
Michael Elgin against Sammy Callahan. Kevin Steen defended the belt against Willie Mack. B-Boy defeated Drake Younger. B-Boy went over. Okay.
They're pushing B-Boy.
Brian Cage defeated Eddie Edwards.
Wow.
The Rock Ness Monsters. Remember them? Rock Ness Monsters.
Oh yeah.
They defeated Chuck Taylor and Ryan Taylor, the Fighting Taylor boys.
Yep.
Roderick Strong defeated TJ Perkins. Wow.
God, this is a lineup, man.
Yeah, and then Joey Ryan opened the show and defeated Famous B.
I don't know who that is.
Right. That's Tremendous 3.
Okay.
And then there was that
our first
Tremendous
show was Generico's last show, right? That was our first show. We decided that the night before.
Yes, I'm pretty sure. So I think we went to 10. Didn't we go to 10?
I believe we did. Yes.
Yeah, because Tremendous 3 was July 2012, then 10 was August 2013.
Okay.
So they went a while before running a show there.
Yeah. Interesting.
Because they'd only run a few like a year.
What was Generico's last show?
Let me look it up. Was he the main event?
Yeah, it was him against Adam Cole, maybe, I think.
No.
Okay.
We saw Adam Cole against Sammy Callahan.
Oh no, I think his last gimmick was a tag match. It wasn't him and Steen versus the Bucks, maybe.
I don't know why. I'm just gonna look this up. I'm trying to scroll through El Generico last PWG.
Yeah. This is not interesting to anybody that doesn't care about professional wrestling, but it's just this is how we hang out, by the way. This is what we do. So it's us just hanging out now. It's the hangout episode, guys.
It was DDT 4.
Yep. What's the card?
Hold on.
All right.
Trying to find a date. Somebody posted this in 2017 on Reddit, but that's not it. It was 10 years, so it's 2013, maybe.
Nice.
So you're kind of there with your
Phantom Planet.
With your Phantom Planet, but
so I have All-Star Weekend 9 and I have Matt Rushmore tickets.
I know we went to DDT 4. I remember that. I think I have DDT 4 ticket. Okay. The only one on Wiki is 10. That's the only show that is listed on 2013. Oh no, that's Anna. Holy shit! Never mind. They're different. This Wiki, they changed Wikipedia and it's awful now. Hold on,
because you didn't give money. Because you didn't donate.
That was that was anniversary shows. So hold on. I'm sorry. That was not all the shows. I was just looking at anniversary shows.
Okay, here you go.
That was like the major events.
Yeah.
So let me look up DDT 4 PWG.
These also don't have dates on them, by the way. So it just has the logos
sucks.
and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, that DDT 4. DDT 4 was the tag tournament. The DDT thing was the tag tournament deal. Yeah. DDT 4. Oh, they're all called DDT 4. So thanks, PWG. Yeah, it's 2013. That was Generico's last show.
Yep.
DDT 4 2013. Now give me a date, dude. Why is this so hard?
They don't want you to know.
Like, why don't you have the dates listed on Wiki?
You can always look up the YouTube because they still have the trailers posted on there.
Yeah, I'm on Cage Match.
Yeah.
It was January. Well, I don't. Is it now? This is. Is Cage Match an American site? It's either
wrong guy.
It's either December 1st, 2013, or January 12th, 2013, depending on how the date is formatted. if it's an American website, it was December 1st, 2013. So that'd be interesting to see what was pulled up there. As far as songs go. Anyways, that was a long side tangent. Let's continue on here a little bit. Yeah, this is definitely Anna because she listened to Kimbra and then Two Door Cinema Club.
Okay.
Which I've never listened to in my life.
Yeah.
I knew nothing. And then the Shins.
You wanna see Young Us, by the way? Hold on.
Sure.
We'll get there. So one of the coolest things of the time, definitely. I wouldn't mind, like, I don't know anything about independent wrestling anymore. Like, honestly, like, I know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be cool just to go for the new PWG stuff at some point, kind of. Oh God, you don't realize how much Steen has aged. Not that he looks bad or anything, but he's changed a lot. Because and this is a straight just baby face. Kevin Steen. So hold on. Zoom in. Give me. I don't know if we're in this part, but
yeah,
for all the trailers that we post up, we would always be in the trailer at least a little bit because we wouldn't pick this. It'd be where we were. And it's not a very large room at all. We'd always just be there a little bit. I don't think we're in this clip, but whatever. Regardless, it's still very cool. Those are some of my favorite memories of that time for sure. Is us driving and having all kinds of eventful things happening, driving to and fro, and the things happen there. We went 2 nights once, didn't we? Or is that we do 1 night and we just stayed there?
We did 1 night and I think we stayed in the hotel. Then we did the smart thing.
Because we did, I think would you want to say we went like 4 or 5 times? You want to say?
I think so, yeah.
So we drove back probably 3. We drove 4 of those times. We drove straight back.
Yeah. Only 1 time we stayed in the hotel. Stayed in the Howard Johnson in Reseda.
Straight Hojo. Yeah, don't do that, kids. I definitely couldn't do that today. Probably like I've done similar things ish. Recently-ish, but it definitely is a rough go of it to drive straight back to Phoenix from Reseda.
Yeah, when we just went to Vegas, there was no way I was going to drive. There was no way I could have did that.
Yeah,
there was no way I could do that. And that's the same 5-hour drive. There's no way I could do it.
That also factored in us standing outside in the sun for like 2.5 hours or so in line. The drive there, immediately get out of the car, get in line, have the sun beat down on us for like 2.5 hours or so, and then go. And if we didn't buy seats, I think the Generico show we did not buy seats for. We were standing
we had to buy tickets
the entire time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we also didn't know if tickets were going to be there. We literally did this entire thing. Like, it's insane and stupid because we read online at like, well, they always have, walk-ups. Like, they're probably always like 50 or 25 or whatever the number was walk-ups. And that's usually available. So, you'll probably be all right. We read that online somewhere. We decided to chance it. We went and we got in. And it was standing room only, though.
Yep.
So we were just leaning against the wall the entire night.
Let's reel this back in a little bit. So we got, and then this is back to me because I listened to I Get Around, so a Beach Boys song, but I listened to the Red Hot Chili Peppers doing it.
Okay.
No, I listened to the Red Hot Chili Peppers doing it on an album called Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Covers. And then I listened to a couple Chili Pepper song on Wayne's World soundtrack. Yeah. And then here we go. Here's the big boy. Music from the motion picture Twister. Humans Being by Van Halen. I didn't even go to the greatest hits. I went straight to the source.
It could not have been on there, by the way.
Oh, you're very true. Yeah, because didn't Van Halen come later?
It might have came later. Yeah, that would actually make
Tyler,
sense.
Dude, before we wrap this segment, search Van Halen 3. Because I want to know what night we listened to Van Halen 3. Because I remember I was driving. I'm almost positive because it was in your car.
Okay.
It was probably in that first file.
So I don't believe this a lot, but I only have Van Halen on here. I only have Van Halen here 4 or 8 times.
In the first file?
in the first file. So that entire year of late 2011
but
into 2012.
I'm pretty sure they got added later.
That might be true. Yeah, I mean, we just said that. All right, so my first Van Halen is going to be on. Let me track this. It was Jump, the 04 remaster, and this was on the 14th of December 2012.
Oh, okay.
So that was the first time, and we listened to 4 songs.
I know that one night we listened to all of Van Halen 3, and I know it was on. It might have been on mine.
It might have been
I'll try
on
to look it up
yours.
in a second. I've got an interesting one here for you. August 3rd. So I'm a few days deep. First Bruce Springsteen sighting. Do you want to guess the song that I listened to?
It's a song you like, I guess. So I assume it's not something we hate. You're not a huge Bruce fan.
I didn't skip it.
You did not skip it. All right. Is it just Born to Run?
Dancing in the Dark.
That was my second choice. That was my second choice there.
Then I listened to that Crash Test Dummies.
There you go.
And then I listened to Bob Dylan for some reason.
Ooh.
And then I listened to Whitesnake, first Whitesnake appearance.
I had a runner Whitesnake there for a little bit there in that same August 2012.
Yeah, me too. I listened to Is This Love off the 20th anniversary 20th anniversary remasters, I guess. Not the 20th, not the 20th century, I guess.
Yeah, good
call. Yeah, here's some more Anna stuff because Death Cab for Cutie.
Hey man.
Arctic Monkeys. Interesting. First Megadeth sighting took until August 3rd. Ooh. So I was like 4 days deep. Nice. Symphony of Destruction. So
all right.
What? Okay, never mind. I guess the Foo Fighters also have a song named Walk.
Oh, okay.
Thought it was Pantera.
Wow.
That is all Foo Fighters. I'm like, what? Okay.
Yeah. So something else I remember on here. I spent a day once. So when Tegan and Sarah came out with Closer, the song Closer, I spent a day, literally the entire day, listening to Tegan and Sarah's Closer, the entire day. So I'm trying to find that now, and I think I just did. That's going to be September 25th, 2012, all day Closer. 100 times.
You listened to it all day?
All day.
Just the one song?
Just the one song. It was the first single off the record.
Dear Lord.
Ty, like literally, look. So that's the...
You remember that day? Were you at work?
Oh, yeah. That's a Discovery. Yeah, look at this. It keeps going.
How many instances of it is it?
Well, there's multiple songs on here with Closer in the title. So there's but I had 120 something. I remember this. Look at this, Ty. It keeps going. It keeps going. It keeps going. Wow. It keeps going. It's just that one. There it stops. Finally stops. So yeah, it's
I found
eventually. Yeah, go. I'm sorry.
I found the Van Halen 3 night.
All right, when?
It was August 6th, 2012. Van Halen 3, and we listened to. We didn't listen to the whole record. We listened to a few tracks.
Okay, and that's probably our first time ever listening to that, right?
Yes, yeah. And then we went to the best of. we were get us out of here.
100%. Because I can see you putting it on, and I at that point I was driving all the time because I had the newest car at that point. So like I was driving and I can see you go. All right, we got that. We got it. So let's just go listen to this shit.
I have 305 instances of Van Halen in my first file.
So you were listening to a lot of Van Halen. This is flipped.
I'm gonna do Rush and just see when my first Rush listen is. When was your first Bruce listen? And then that'll wrap us up for the night.
All right, so my first Bruce is going to be okay, I don't think this is let me go back to number 1. So my first Bruce, I hope it's early, right? It's going to be. This is not true. So I do question some of this. July 7th of 2012, I listened to Radio Nowhere off the Essential. So I do call shenanigans on that. So I do think, especially at this point, like I do think that we are missing some data. And I do want to say here, like this might be a thing for me and not you. This is the second time they tried to process my data, because the first time they sent me a separate email, a personal email or whatever from somebody that said that they screwed up. We don't have the proper data for you this time. If you want to re-request it, please do so, and we'll get you set up the next time. So maybe I don't know why that would be a thing. So maybe it did leave something out, because I have a hard time believing that it took me 7 months to listen to a Bruce Springsteen song.
Yeah, you're very right. Yeah, maybe there is some incomplete there.
And it wouldn't be Radio Nowhere.
Yeah, first instance of Rush for me is December 10th of 2012, and I listened to Caravan off Clockwork Angels, which was the new record at the time. So there you go.
Nice. There you go. That's sick. All right. Do you want to do real quick? Do you want to do all right, Ty, yeah, I don't go to your next file. So go to the next year.
Okay.
And see what that start date is for that next year.
All right. My next file is 2016, by the way.
Same. Exact same. And my start date is 3/23 of 14.
Mine is November 10th, 2014.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, this is kind of weird. I'd be interested. Last thing real quick, stay in that file and just go to the new year. Let's see what we play. Then that'll be the last bit, because this is already running kind of long. But
yeah, nobody's interested in this anymore, but us.
So can you go? Yeah, can you go to the new year of 20? Go to 2015. Like go to New Year's Eve, 2014, going into 2015.
All right, hold on.
Also, I got Christmas in here too. It's interesting too.
Ooh, there you go. All right. 2015.
Man, I really wish this is easier. Yeah, so basically December 29th, 2014.
Okay.
Man, dude, if they ever did a Spotify Wrapped love like this, it would be interesting as hell. And like I said, it'd probably be really easy to do, because this is probably just how they do the normal Wrapped.
All right, my last song of 14 is going to be. My last song of 14 is. It's "Take a Look Around," Limp Bizkit. My first song of 15 is. It's Break
Limp
Stuff.
Bizkit. That's on New Year's Day.
That's New Year's. So I'm assuming, I don't know, I could have just started back up again the next morning. I could have definitely done that, but I could have just had a Bizkit playlist going for some reason in 15. But like, I don't know about that. Maybe.
The last thing I listened to for 2014 was December 27th. So I guess I didn't listen to anything on like New Year's. It was December 27th, 2014. I listened to the Mr. Brightside demo.
Ooh.
By the Killers.
And
then my first
10 year?
2014.
Might have been a brand new 10-year release.
Yeah, pretty close.
Okay.
It's 03. But anyways, I was just listening. It was the greatest hits. So maybe the greatest hits came out that year.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it was off the greatest hits. And then my first song for 2015, New Year's Day, was Angus McFife by Glory Hammer.
Wow. Okay, yeah. I got nothing for you on that at all.
That's a fun
Interesting.
album.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's fun. We could go back to this. We could go back to this because, like I said, we could do different years or holidays, like Halloween or.
Still a lot of things to mine here for sure. The data mining, literally data mining here.
Yeah, definitely. Anyways, guys, if you watched all this, we appreciate you. This is a fun trip down memory lane. We'll go back to this because this is a gold mine of stuff. And if you are interested in this and you've been on Spotify for a long time, like Tyler's been on since the beginning, and I've been like nearly since the beginning, like up as like 6 months after. So we got over a decade of listening. So especially if you got that much data, it's really interesting. So go in there, go to your settings and your preferences or something, and you can go in there and there's a setting to request data and request all of your listing data. And like Tyler said, it takes about 30 days, but it's an unruly file if you've been on there that long, but it's definitely interesting. So yeah, take a look. This has been fun. Anyways, guys, we'll see you next time. Peace.